Welcome back to part 3 of What If Zuko Was the Wildmutt. So, and in the first part, the part 1, go check it out, someone left a comment of the chunky deku. Who? And I don't know, understand that, so, and so, yeah, where we left off, it was a sports festival thing, or something. So, yeah, they were confused about how to deal with the man that was born from a monster to a human, like hybrid thing. So, yeah, he basically, or actually, I remember, he does meet Hero Killer Stain and like all that popularity and the same breeds. Now, when they got back from like their like respective like agencies, sorry if I'm talking loud, I'm literally deaf in one ear. Okay? So, yeah. So Zuko got hugged by Ochako. And, yeah, she was being all romantic to him. But Momo didn't know, or she didn't know, that Zuko couldn't make it out safely. And now I'm skipping the mall art thing, because they were like happy to have him around. So, yeah, alright. So, Momo who congratulates Zuko because she told him that she actually did tell him after her that just play along to make Todoroki jealous. He did. And Todoroki is now using more of his flames. But Zuko didn't know that Todoroki is targeting him. So, yeah. But he actually was being honest with Todoroki. It was Momo's idea to make you upset at someone. As she knows, or he knows, that he actually does trust Zuko. So, yeah. Then, during the camp, he actually snuck away and to check on his little species things. Ones that were like his same breed. To see how they're doing. they're grown up and they're like listening to them talking or telepathically telling them. So yeah. Then and the one thing that was mostly interesting about these species, they have such unique attributes of their own types. Plus, with Zuku's quirk of self-discipline. So, yeah, All for One is interested in him. So he tells the Dobby and her crew to go snatch Zuku. No. So, yeah. Or cute blanket, should I say. Because that's what someone in the comments in the first video said. So, they of course capture Zuku. As they know that he got captured, but like the picture, or before they went on that camp thing, he made like copies of that picture, like 2 copies. Or he has the original and Ochako has the copied one to sympathize of that relationship with them. So yeah. Then some people do, or they actually, when they try to walk past him, like that girl tries to walk past, but she ends up staring right at him and getting a nosebleed from it, from looking at him. So yeah. Then moving on. So before the camp park thing, Zumi asked Zuku if that's okay with him, if he could come over. As he says, sure. Does. As Ochako is, or actually, Zumi told her that if she wants to come, go right ahead. And it's just us playing games. Hey, no big deal. As my mother and my father wanted to know. So, yeah. So Ochako calls Zuku cute blanket. So yeah, Zuku was basically her own cute blanket. That's what she calls him. So yeah, they go over and they do meet the parents of Zumi, as of course Inko said, here you go. Oh, I'll just, okay, because she's gonna test her blood, or test the blood of him, and like compared to all or both of theirs. So, yeah. So she basically did that. And, yeah. When she found a match to Zuko's human parents was her. So she's ending up, she says, this isn't right. The human parents are me and you. But as Asashi told her, get the monster, her part of his DNA, was, as, remember that story that you told me that long time ago? Or that story of when you got, like, before we met? As she says, yes, of course, that big monster that sliced, or, like, infected me with, but I didn't feel the side effects. Yeah, maybe that's who infected you to create this. Okay? But he is your son, anyways. As she couldn't believe that she gave birth to a normal human girl and a monster, or a human. So, yeah, they, of course, Inko tells Zuko that, surprisingly enough, this is what she says. You are my son, and Zuko. As he's blushing, or actually he's like confused of what going on. As Astashi says, your blood is matching to our blood. So that makes you Zumi's brother. And Zumi's like, wait, he's my brother? Yes, because the human part of his self came from that. So, yeah. So, then Ochako wraps her arms around Zuko's and, like, gives a kissy face thing. Like, it won't hurt my precious cute carpet. As Inko, knows that they're in love, so that's why it's a nickname. No, it won't hurt Zuko, but because he was born, like, fused with it, so his human part of his DNA and his monster DNA can never be separated, unless it doesn't affect the others, so it won't kill him. So, yeah. He's basically, and when he went back to school and then got on the bus and went to a camp, he jumps around as Ochako is sitting right next to him on the bus. sometimes she lays her head on his like shoulders. Plus, it was so cute. Of course, she gives him some crud about it. As then Frog Girl reminds her that he's the monster used with a human, remember? As he says, well, that does not seem surprisingly. So, yeah. He basically is instructable. So he basically uses all of his senses from his monster form and his human form, trained twice as harder than anyone, and his body arm or his skin is now tougher than is like the entire universe couldn't even break it. That's how powerful his skin is. He could survive a nuclear bomb and so yeah. He basically took out thousands of these and when he was doing the internship with Endeavor. And Todoroki basically respects him as a true warrior. So, yeah. Then Zuko got kidnapped by his group. And Zuko straight up used his as he breaks handcuffs because how strong he is. Because he could do it with one hand or with his own feet. Yeah. So that's how powerful he really gets. So now it is a heroes or it's All Might versus All for One fight. So All Might was down but not out, but before All for One says goodbye and shoots a laser, Zuko transforms into and he walks up or runs and he bit off All for One's arm and shakes it as everyone's surprised about it. They know that he's a real wild mutt, as as All for One says, "You stupid dog, die!" As he shoots another laser, as Zuko steps out of the way, hey, and as he basically dodges the attacks from left to right. And yeah, he basically when All for One actually grabs Zuko by the throat, slams him down, and you might not see this in like movies or TVs, but he got or the or of course All for One stabs Zuko right in the heart, like right through his chest, pulls out Zuko's heart and crushed it. As they were like so sad, and because they couldn't believe that Zuko's dead. But he didn't die, by the way. His power, like his quirk, over years has fused into his body permanently. So, yeah, he basically, I don't remember what his quirk was, but he sure does gain a new power. So, before his death, he roars so loud, the same species, like that creature that infected his mother with, they all start running to where he was at. And they all start attacking All for One. Ripping the arms off, ripping the legs off. Like, they literally ripped him to pieces. Cut my life into pieces. Yep. And Zuko entered into Infinity Realm and met his infinity self. And he gave him the infinity power and zero, so to keep him balanced. As it fuses into his body, transforming him into, or he still is the same person, but he has a way more of the boost. And yeah, they all like so yeah, he basically brought himself back from the dead. And his heart, his heart, All for One, or actually one of the monsters ripped a heart from All for One out and placed it into Zuko's body, as he transforms into like his self, like his true self. As they put him in a shelter, and he was the one true form. Like he was literally in his God mode. Like his official title actually was the of the wildmutts. And it was Zuko whose official title. Everyone starts calling him that. So, yeah. As Ochako runs up to him, gives him a hug, and kisses him, and like all that stuff. But Zuko, who accepts that. And yeah, she ends up, like, when they got a little bit older, they were going to be the first, or actually, hold on. They ended up getting married. And yeah, Inko and Sashi are so proud of their son. And yeah, they're also proud of Zumi for discovering what Zuko was. So there's this rich guy that I said in the first part. He was being a jerk. Like, he says, I want the report things back on his species follow afternoon. But Zuko knows that Inko is sad on the inside because she does not like her boss thing. Like, her boss was being, like, doesn't, like, give her free time and, like, times off to spend with her daughter or her son. So Zuko decides to do something crazy. Like, he literally, or actually, Inko says, this is a special day, I don't want to miss it. As he says, well, too bad. If you don't work, you get fired. As Zuko, who is, like, he is mad. So is the other wildmutts. Because they, know that no parents, like, parents, like, of a human or monsters ever could miss their son's wedding or some special event. So they decide, as one of the species says, how about, as he tells Zuko to tell Zumi, or no, tells Inko that they'll deal with it. As man, they did. Of course, he says, who wants to grab some coffee thing? As Inko says, I need it, because if that boss is, like, being a jerk to me, so I need an extra. As Zuko says, oh, don't need to worry about him. He's already good as gone. As they could hear, no, please, no, in the background. Yeah, he is getting killed by them. Yeah. Like, basically, yeah. So, that's what happens. I was trying to do the, like, that murder scene thing. So, yeah. They end up as pro heroes and them, or like policemen, like did a high five to those creatures because they know that he's a jerk, right? All the way. But to killing him accidental is like, yep, that's okay. So, yeah. And Chaco's in a wedding dress. Yes, and then they got married and they had 4 kids. So, yeah. They were busy a lot. Plus, with the wildmutts also helping them, so they are out of control. So, yeah. So now they're pro heroes, and he is now became the poop on the side of the road. He's a literal poop thing. So, yeah. Then, yeah, so Eraserhead is, and of course, she, or Midnight knows that he's so, like, happy and enjoys. So, and one mission before they, like, became official heroes, they became official heroes, but they don't need to take that, like, dodgeball thing. So, they end up saving Ares from overhaul. So he did, as, and the one that they do care about him, or their kids too. So yeah, so they went and they saved Ares and all that stuff. So now this is the end of the video. At the end of this video, I'll do is this thing called custom cards. So in my in this, and since it's STEIN'S archetype, you have seen it on the Dual Logs channel, I know, but he only reviewed 4 of my old, like, cards things. But this is the, in one of those videos, he missed this card. So let's go over it, shall we? So, yeah. STEIN'S Dr. Stein. When this card is summoned, you can discard 5 cards from your deck that you choose which ones. And then you can special summon 2 monsters from your deck, or graveyard, or battlefield, or hand, or to your side of field in attack mode. And their effects gets added to this card's without paying life points or to use their effects. Basically, like, I don't know, some random card. And if this card is sent to the grave by battle or by card effect, you can special summon this card to your opponent's field in the defense mode with 100 attack and defense, and it can't be changed. So basically, you have a weak monster on your opponent's shield. So Dr. Stein is like based off of Frankenstein's doctor. So now, this is Cyberstein's Graveyard. It's a field spell. When this card is activated, all monsters from your graveyard are special summoned to your field in attack mode. And all cards from your graveyard returned to your deck and shuffle it. And if this card is sent or is activated, all cards cannot be sent to your graveyard, but instead goes to your deck and shuffle it. And if you have Cyberstein's Dr. Stein on the field, you can replace this card with a Cyberstein Lab from your deck or graveyard, turn, or battle zone, or hand to your field zone. And this card goes to your battle zone, and if is sent, you can activate this effect to your field zone from your battle zone. So, yeah, he is the re-grabber, like grabs the Cyberstein Lab that you saw in the Dual Logs live streams, past ones. So then we got Cyberstein's Bone Picker. When this card is equipped to Cyberstein monster, and it gains this effect for once per turn. This card can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this card is sent to the grave, you can send all cards from your hand and graveyard to the deck and shuffle it. And then you can select 6 cards from your deck to your hand. So each one of these has a theme to it. Basically like this one can be special summoned to your opponent's shield, but with 100 attack points. This one takes all your cards and put them back in your deck. This one, you can do the same thing, but you can select 6 cards. So basically, and now this one is Cyberstein's Dual Logs. I actually had a name change of it to the Dual Logs, but I stuck with this. So when this card is activated, you can activate one of these effects for each turn. All monsters from your opponent's field must be destroyed, and then you gain equal life points to their combined attack points. Number 2, you can summon one Cyberstein monster from anywhere to your field in attack mode, and its effects are negated until 4 turns are up, and it gains 100 attack and defense for each turn. If this card is sent to the grave, or like in your graveyard, and your opponent attacks a monster before battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard to the banish zone and negate that attack and end their turn. And so, yeah, you basically like you can re-grab like the fusion materials to your field zone from anywhere. So basically, if you want fusion ones, you can grab like fusion materials, and this one is like craziness. I think it's broken, but I don't know. I need the Dual Log's opinion on it. So this card is basically like a turtle in a nutshell. When like it needs the Igor that what Dual Logs has, and like basically all that affects like when this card is fusion summoned, you can add all cards from your graveyard and Bannerstone to your deck and shuffle it. And then this card gains 100 attack and defense for each card from the deck by this effect. And if this card is sent to a grave, you can, or by battle or by card effect, you can add 3 cards from your deck or graveyard or Bannerstone to your hand. And if this card, or if you have the Cyberstein or Cyberstein's Igor or Cyberstein's Dr. Stein on a field, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or Bannerstone to your field, and all monsters from your field gains this effect. Next for once per turn. This card is unaffected by card effects from your opponents, and it gains 500 attack. So yeah, and then this one is basically you can detach one card and destroy all cards from your opponent's field, and then draw 2 cards from your deck for each card from the graveyard. So basically, if you destroyed 5 of your opponent's monsters, then you don't have any, you can draw 10 cards. Then this one is like, you can banish one, or no, you can special summon one Cyberstein's Igor from anywhere to your field in attack mode. And you can add one Cyberstein monster to behind this card, or like, and treat it as the XYZ material used to make it. So yeah, and then its graveyard effect is broken. So yeah, so now this is the end of the video, and please leave a like, share, subscribe, and give me some ideas for who will I make next. I was thinking about making the what if Zuko had or was the like Ben 10 characters, like if he had was Diamond Heads or Ghost Freaks, or like any character, or way bad or way big. Who would you want to see next? That please post them in the like comments below, and cute new things